Hi guys, Hotshot here, and welcome back once again to another Evil Dead video. Today we're going to be doing my, this is like my first ultimate guide for Evil Ash. I've been always wanting to do one since launch happened, but I never got the chance to. So today we're going to be doing a couple things. So we're going to design his build to the best of my ability. I think you've seen it before, but I'm going to explain it again to anyone that's new to the game and anyone that wants to, you know, get an experience of how to play this character. I want to give how you should play him. We'll show a gameplay footage of that, and I want to show you how I level him up and how I built him, and then I want to show you how like advanced tips that you could also use in the game to kind of get you on a note of how you should play him in the game, and kind of show you how you can really do well with this character, because he definitely has potential to be really strong. I still think for a fact that I'm going to show you how I built him. So let's start off with designing the build first. So as you see, I have nothing on the screen right now, or nothing on the build yet, because I reset my skill points to show you. So we're going to put, to start off, we're going to put 2 points into Rocksteady Elite, because I don't think maxing out 35% is worth it in my opinion. So we're going to keep 2 points into having the Elites, because they're going to be already strong as it is. So I think they're going to be fine. We want to make sure the Elites are really tanky, because we want to make sure that they survive long in the fight, and that they you want them to kind of be like on the defense side. And I'll show you why in a little bit. So I think you should max out your Elite's health. You should definitely have the basic units, because they kind of go down in this pretty quickly if they're if the hunters are going to have to deal with them. In a 1v1 scenario, like, the basic units are your best friends, so you want to keep them on low point. We're going to put 1 point into Seismic Smash and 1 point into the Trident Smash, because you want to keep these up. 1 point into Louder Warcry, 1 point into Infernal Revenue, max out the boss health, max out the basic elites, or not basic units, I'm sorry. You want to buff out the boss, because he's like a support demon that helps out the basic units in a way, because he summons skeletons, he resurrects them, and the whole thing is that you want the basic units to have a lot of health, and the build will also explain a few things. Put 1 point into Scarier Demonic Dash, 1 point into Energizing Demonic Dash, because you want to move forward past these skills to get to the next one. You want to buff Bone Rage, so you can, or put 1 point into this, obviously, because you want to make sure the skeletons are kind of focusing the survivors a little bit. You want Imperable Damage, so that way this is going to be like literally his best skill, obviously, where if you hit like the warriors, for instance, because they like to be tanky and try to like solo this guy. If you have, and for one instance, let's say they have shield, and you're whacking them with the shield, and you're getting rid of the shields on the warriors. Let's say you have like a Cheryl, and she tries to heal them. He has like a heal block. It's literally one of his best perks, or skills. So you want to have this on at all times. Put 1 point into Portal Basic, 1 point into Portal Elite. You want to max out your health on the boss, because you want him to be really you want him to last long in the fight, because he's like one of the most important things that important units in the game. So you want to make sure he's like really, really tanky. Let's put 1 point into Infernal Refill, 2 points into Test of Time, because you want the objectives to last long, making the survivors waste a bunch of resources. 1 point into Quick Charge Demon Dash, 1 point into Improved Infernal Invigoration. You want to max out Comeback Stronger, because you want the units to have 40% health, and they'll have 40% damage when they die and come back. You want to make sure that Evil Ash has the Widespread Resurrection that makes your resurrection ability last like 5 extra seconds, or it's like 25 seconds, and then you can have a 5%, which is 30. So I think it's cool to have them last longer. If you want to expand the skeletal support, because you want the AI units to kind of like last longer with the you want the AI units to come into the aura field, and you want them to keep basically how I play it is, let me explain this better. The way I play it is when the AI units come to the field and when the skeletons die, obviously, I want to make sure my radius is big enough so that way we can have the units come back stronger. I think it's definitely worth it because you'd want to make sure that all your units are in the field and you want to make sure that they're doing all the damage they can. I'll put 1 point into Flute Force so that way you get the extra flute range. I'm going to buff the the buffed bones so that way they do 20% damage when I summon them and 20% damage when I because they get a 20% damage increase. So you summon 2 extra skeletons and they do 20% damage and they get 20% health. You're going to put 1 point into damage elite and then you're going to buff up your boss damage at max because damage on the boss is really helpful because it'll help you waste the supports and the warriors and any role that has resources, because the main important thing you'd want is to make him keep wasting resources. Because I think, in my opinion, like Evil Ash is definitely one of the best demons to waste resources because you have impermeable damage. Because this is like I never want to take this off his skill tree because of how strong it is. And I think what's important is like when you keep smacking them with your heavy attacks, is they hit like a truck. You want to make sure that they're staying on them and to make sure that they are on the point when you hit them with it. And I think overall, overall for the build, I think this is one of my best ones that I've made. I know I did my best build video like 2 days ago, and I realized I made a mistake. So to me now, this is his best build, in my honest opinion. If you can easily disagree with me, but that's just how I feel. Now, let me show you how I play him and how I deal with teams like this. So without further ado, let's hop into... Alright, so this is how I play him. So as you see, there's 2 of them at this stage. So we have the Support Ash and the... Support Ash and Leader Ash. So what we want to do is we put the Flutus behind this rock. Put this there, that there. Put 2 traps by the Flutus so that way when you spawn, when you come right back to the field. Alright, so he's going to walk into that trap. I'm going to put down Evil Ash over here. Alright, so what you want to do first, put down your Resurrection first, then your Skeletons. So you just start unloading your troops, and then you start just unloading on the team. Let's go after the support because he's going to be a problem. He has his active going for him. Alright, and this guy should be dead. Beautiful. What you should be doing is dodging into a grab. Alright, oops, I messed that up for some reason. He's just trying to spam the right stick attack. Oh my god, I hate this guy. Wow, and they actually got that. That's crazy. I'm just going to down him again because this guy's annoying. Alright, so this Support Ash is good because he knows what he's doing. Alright, let's please get this guy. Alright, nice. We got him. Alright, let me get this guy. Nice. So, like I said, you dodge into a grab. You can utilize your attacks by swinging your sword. Alright, and this Amanda's really going to waste time. I'm going to summon the rest of the skeletons. Alright, and they attack after the fact that he got up. Alright, let's go through him. And she just gave him a shit ton of shemps, so they're getting value off the shemps. Let's put the Flutus right over here. As you can see, there's a huge fucking army of skeletons around. Let's put down our AoE attack. Alright, he's getting hit by all those units. Nice. That's what you want. Okay, hold up a second. She's chilling over here. Alright, we saved that in time. Let's get that trap going. Alright, let's throw down the... Did I even go through her? I did hit her. Nice. Let's whack her with the heavy attack. Alright, I think we can hit her with this and down her, I believe. So we can want to put the flutist there. Nice, they downed her. Beautiful. That's what you want. So if when you're level 20, max out your demon powers, buff up the boss unit, buff up possession, if this game works, nice, and then buff up your elites so they're tankier. So as you can see, like, all these units are staying on the field. Put them more out there so there he can look at the army. Just make sure we get these elites. Alright, nice. We're gonna go after these guys. Get them low. Is what we want. Let's get them. See, he's taking all that damage. We hit him with a trident smash. Piece of cake. And then he dies. So, in some scenarios, what you would think is that you'd want to put him down behind a rock, put units around him to surround him, so that way they can all protect him. And that's how it usually works in some cases. So I'm going to showcase another game as an example to kind of prove that point. So I'll be back in 1 second. The game. Alright, so we have our we are on the big map once again, unfortunately, because this game hates me. So we have a Henry, Support Ash, Kelly, and a Brock. This team comp is pretty decent, I would say, because Brock is good at knockback immunity, or if you want to call it that. Henry has invincibility, so you know how he's going to play. Support Ash is good for the heals, and Kelly can follow up with the headshots because of her active. I guess that they're at El Brujo's hut and all that. It looks like the Support Ash fear is going up pretty much. So it looks like they're not at this point, because usually El Brujo's hut is like a decent map spawn. So I just assumed that they were here. You can see in the footage, I tried to look for them early, and of course I did find them because this Support Ash's fear went high, so he was at like the fire tower or Jake's Gas and Go, I believe. He wasn't at the farm, because usually the farm is a decent spawn. Let's if I can upgrade this at least. So I upgrade Demon Powers first, and then I upgrade the basic units, because Demon Powers gives you more fear, gives you more energy, and it gives you some demon vision, so you can find them at a certain distance. As you can see, they're at the max. We're at max Infernal Energy just for now. It's not all the way maxed out yet, like on the upgrades, but like we're full on energy right now, so we need to like deplete more to gain more. I'm just gonna follow up to this Support Ash, because his fear is literally like a little at the tip, and it's like getting up there, so we want to make sure we're staying on this group. And it's one of those instances from you saw from the last clip that I since like Castle Candor is on an outdoor map, and this one is kind of too. We're gonna have to put him in a building or somewhere to surround him with skeletons. Let's trap up this little area. We put a trap on this section, and there's like 4 traps in each. I think that was like 4 traps, right? It should have been 4. So we're gonna spawn some skeletons. And we're gonna use the Demon Dash to gain more energy back. See, he fell into the trap. Use the Demon Dash, we gain some levels. Let's put a trap right here. Put down the flutist, and we should be able to possess one unless they kill it. Oh crap! They killed my skeletons. That's fucked. Now the smart thing for them to do is probably leave this area, so that way they can. Excuse me. Unless they would run away, because that would be the smart thing to do, because you shouldn't 1v1 a buffed unit with the flutist, because they're gonna get themselves caught and feed. So see, they're doing the smart thing, which is running away, so that's kind of a bad flutist placement on my part. And Kelly's over here by the little looting point. So, and the Support Ash disconnected for some odd reason. I don't know why, but it's kind of weird. So it looks like they are going to leave this area. I'm gonna put some traps around here. We need to get 3 points. Looks like the units are following her. And they already got the first map piece already, so it's we gotta stick on them the whole time. So it looks like that she's gonna go to this the junkyard. That's where the map piece is probably going to be at. So let's put down our traps. So we got 3, so we max out traps as soon as possible so we can get the elite damage. That wasn't an elite because that was a basic unit, because you have to level up traps first before you get the elites. Let's put down an elite here, or a trap there. Let's put a trap here, but the flutist on the outside. I think Brock might grab that real quick. Yeah, I think he just killed it. Yeah, he did. He's right there. Alright, so we got that elite out. Henry's going to use his active ability. Let's kind of run towards the Brock because it looks like he's going to take some damage. Damn, that actually hurt. Let's see if we can hit the 2 of them. Nice. We got that demon dash. Let's possess this basic unit because in the 1v1 the shield is like your best friend, so let's whack him a little bit with the heavy attack. As you can see, Brock is taking a lot of damage. Use the war cry. See if we can use the light attack. Hit him with the spirit thrust. Let's dodge. I feel like a lot of people need to utilize the dodge because no one really likes to use it. Let's possess another basic unit just to stay on them, make them nice colas, whatever. Let's see if we can use a war cry. We hit Brock, and we got down, unfortunately. Put another trap there in case. So we're already level 8. We're trying to get Evil Ash as soon as possible. So I think the best thing we can do is wait for them to get to the page or dagger, so we can spot as many skeletons as possible. Now it looks like we upgraded the elites and the possession already. So possession is like your main thing because you're a lot tankier with possession, and then you utilize your energy well. So with this, what you would want to do is that you'd want to make sure that you save up a bunch of energy, and just a little bit when they get this 3rd map piece, we'll show you what. Hopefully, one of the points has like the has like a house or a shed or something, so you can just spawn the flutist there, and then we'll talk about that in just a second. Yeah, these guys are way faster than me because like I'm not playing ball, who can like get across the map within like 2 seconds with his active ability. I'll do a ball guide next, and then I'll do one for Henrietta as well. That's the next video, but that's for another time. So they're gonna go to, I believe, the page is like pretty close actually. I almost said decent. Looks like they're going to Harry's houses is what it looks like. So the thing with this is that when you trap them all inside a house and you put like the traps down, it'll catch them off guard. Because the placements is the real thing about this character is that his placement is really important. His whole thing of like put down the flutist, and then when you like destroy it, or if the hunters find it or the leader finds it, then like there's not really much you could do with him, because of like how his kit works is like he just relies on the flutist to do everything, which is kind of like the whole kit. And when I say like, oh, he's like a support, like his whole kit is based off of like, oh, he revives and summons skeletons, and that's like the only thing he can do really. He doesn't have as much aside from that, so like, that kind of gives him like a weak aspect. And then his speed is really slow, no control over the skeletons to command them to attack a specific survivor, so that's kind of makes him weak. But that's enough about that for a little bit. I'll talk about that in a little while. So let's hit him with the elite. Brock took a lot of damage because the elites can hit like trucks. That's the whole main thing about them. So let's upgrade the boss, upgrade infernal energy. It's really important that, because infernal energy is so important in this game, because you have to maintain it well to get a lot of value from it in a sense. So they got the 3rd map piece, which is good because we want to get to the point as soon as possible. Put down some traps, and we need to get some energy because we are low. The low point about this game is that the infernal energy cost is huge, and it's like a main factor. So we're already level 10. I'm not going to summon the boss because that would waste a lot of my time. I don't think I'm going to be able to hit anybody with the car. I wanted to possess the tree, but I don't think that'll do anything. Let me see if I can get a hit off. Maybe. No, that's out of range. I feel like they could have done something better with trees. Like, you know how in the TV show they made you have a vine and they grabbed Kelly and Ruby, and it like almost wanted to eat them or something. You could have done something like that in this game a little bit. They could have done something way better with trees, but I think that's a rough time to make, and that would take a long time. Looks like they're gonna loot this section because this has a lot of colas, and they don't even have a support, so they're kind of fucked this game. Because I mean, Brock can carry like 5 colas, and then Cheryl can carry 8, which is ridiculous. 15, but Cheryl's not in the game, so I mean, I don't really want to rant about Cheryl. Now, as you can see, in this point, like Kelly's running to the dagger. I apologize, the dagger, because usually it's always smart to go for that one first, because I think it's with the pages that everybody gets revived, I believe, or I think it's both of them. So as you can see, we can find a little shed, and we want to put the flutist in here, because this is where you're going to shine as him. Let's put down the tree trap, let's put down another trap, let's put down another one, and let's go right into the shed. And this is where you are really going to shine when you put your flutist placement, because it's very, very important. So now we are at the flutist. So now what we're going to do, let's put down the flutist now. You should put your basic units in front of the trap, put your elites on the field, wait till you get that infernal energy back, because now they're looking for him. They have no idea where he's at. So we're going to bring out Evil Ash now, and then we're going to summon our resurrection skill first. Bring out your buff skeletons with the buff bones, so we're summon your 2 extra skeletons on the field, and then start swinging your sword around and just let them have it. The units are staying by the shack, if you want to call it. As you can see, they're chilling over there, and then there's a trap there as well. Now we got the resurrection going off, and so Brock is downed. We dodge into a grab. We'll explain that with the tips in a little bit. So we didn't gain any healing off of that, I don't believe. So, and now I'm kind of looking at Kelly for a little bit because she's looking for it. So we can whack her a bit. It's like it's a little bugged out. She walked right into the trap and she died. And now Henry's the only guy left on their team. Whack Henry a bit and he's dead. So that type of shit is what you have to do when playing this guy, is that you want to put the flutist somewhere in an indoor house. If you're on one of those maps, put down a bunch of skeletons or basic units there. Put your elite units on the field, summon Evil Ash, summon the 2 extra skeletons with your active ability, or your X ability, and then, yeah, your skeletal support, and then you want to go off based on that. So now, I'm going to show you guys some cool tips for the new players that need some experience of how to play the character, so let's hop into it. Alright, so what we're going to show here is some cool things that you can do. I know I repeated it twice already, but I'm still going to repeat it for anyone that doesn't understand what I'm trying to tell them. So with Evil Ash, let's summon him now. So with this guy, it's sorry, I had to let him talk there. What I like to do with this character is, like I said before, he has a couple of cool things. So if you didn't know, you can actually animation cancel. So when you press the Y attack and you use a light or heavy, you can cancel into a light. So he can do animation canceling. This used to be a huge problem when the game first came out. Animation canceling used to be like a huge thing in the game. Like survivors used to do it a lot, and Evil Ash can do it. But that's the thing, is like Evil Ash is like really, really slow. Like, let's run with him for a second. Like, as you can see, he's like really slow. Compared to and he's just like a survivor. He can dodge, and he has a 3-second cooldown on his dodge, so he can dodge like that. Because he's like a survivor, because he's Ash's clone. One of the cool things you can do as him is you can dodge and then grab. It's also a major factor what you want to do with him, because a lot of people don't utilize his dodge and a grab, and it makes me sad, because this guy has a lot in his kit that a lot of people don't know, like dodge, grab. Also, like, there's some combos you can do, like light, heavy, and then you can wait after that. Usually I like to light, throw my heavy, and then throw the heavy if possible. what I also like to do is put down the animation, put down my resurrection, put my skeletons down afterwards, because the ones that die can come back to life. He summons one basic and one elite unit, even though they don't label it as, they don't tell you how many skeletons he could summon, but in some ways he can do as much. So grab or dodge into a grab he can do, as well as that amount possessed, because I ran out. The problems that this character has is the lack of speed. He doesn't have a lot of what's it called? He doesn't have a lot of stuff in his kit, in a way. I know I said he has a lot, but like a lot of people don't. Just like cool things you can do with this guy. And it's like unfortunate that he doesn't have like a ranged attack, because like of how slow he is, because he doesn't have like a control over his army. Like, I can't control these skeletons right here to attack a certain survivor. They just kind of sit there, and the AI has to like do random attacks all the time. So it's kind of rough in a way, but we have to deal what we have to deal with, and it's like kind of unfortunate in a sense. So a lot of people, like, what you should probably do with him, I'll put him in this house for a second. You should put your flutist right here, like in that house, and then try to summon like a line of skeletons there, because it's like a defense row type thing where we're in the tutorial, so they're just gonna run away. What I would suggest is, if you're trying to put them somewhere, like put a trap like outside the outside, but like if you know like there's gonna be like a hunter that can easily snipe that, because they won't get hit by the trap. What I would recommend is that you probably just put something outside of it, like put something like right, I don't know where I could put this, put it like right here or something, like summon out an elite. I would recommend the basic units, because they have shields and they can soak up damage with the shields as well. So that's what you should do. What's also very important when you're playing him is trying to like literally just summon the boss to defend him, because Evil Ash can soak up damage pretty well. And if you want as well, you can like put the basic units out, because they summon 2 at a time, so they'll soak up the damage with the shields. Like, the basic units are going to be like your best friend, because the thing with the basic units that I like to do is I like to do light, heavy, and then a heavy. Or what I like to do as well is, oh shit, I ran out of energy. Let me go get more, because I fucking ran out. I think what you should do with the basic units as well, there is a couple things. Let's possess one. So what I like to do is I run. So we're gonna do a sprint attack. So we should do a charging heavy and then into a spear. This really catches people off guard, because they don't know when to dodge. So what I like to do is sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I'll do sprint attack. No, that's not right either. I like to do sprint attack and then into the spear thrust, because they fall forward in a way. You can also dodge as a basic unit. You can't do it as an elite unit, unfortunately, so you have to really time it. So you can do light attack into a ground pound. I like to do it immediately. You can do light, heavy, and then into a spirit thrust. That's a common move everyone likes to do. You can do spreading heavy. I don't think anyone should do that. You should do heavy, and then into a spirit thrust. So it's like, there's some cool combos you can do with these characters. It's actually fun. Let me see if I can. The elites is pretty simple. They just have like a nice little mini combo you can do. Let's grab some energy first, so I can show you what I'm talking about. It's kind of important here. Alright, let's put down an elite unit. So what you can do with the elites is you can do light into a heavy, do the ground pound, and then do the spirit thrust, and then throw it. He didn't throw it, but you know what I'm talking about. So that's pretty much everything on the tips and tricks. pretty much in every way. So let me skip to the last part of the video real quick. Alright, so to wrap up basically everything with the character, so in my honest opinion, I forgot to mention this earlier, he can feel, he's not a top tier character, and he's not a, since the prestige system, he hasn't been great because the buffs to certain characters make him feel underwhelming. If they kill that Fluidus that he has, he's not that great. If he is, if they find it extremely early, when he puts it down, you're fucked. If you put it in an outdoor area and they see it and they snipe it with a rifle or something, you're done. He will get melted by balance bar characters like Annie, Hunter Ash, and Kelly. Army of Darkness Ash counters his choke. Henry's Reflection counters his choke. The only thing he really would have is just his animation canceling, but not even that would do as much. He doesn't have any ranged attacks, so that's a really negative there. Some things that would be great is giving him Deadite control or skeletal control, where he can command his skeletons. He should have a crossbow like he did in the movie. He should be able to send ghost Deadites, like something as a rework. His active ability should be looked at. But overall, he's still a fun character to play. I think he's definitely like one of the fun characters I would play anytime. Yeah, so I feel like overall, I'm gonna, like, if I had to put him somewhere, I think he would be like right next to Henrietta, because like Henrietta's like the worst demon, and then after that's Evil Ash, and then you have Elgas, Ball, and Plague, and then that would be like a tier list. But overall, that's just how I'm feeling about the character. I think he's in a bad state. He could use a rework, but overall, the game I just showed you and the tips I just showed you are the ones that are very important and that you should try, because his number one thing is defending the Fluidus, summoning skeletons, resurrecting them, and with your animation canceling, if you do that, even though I recommend you put down your resurrection first, summon your skeletons, and resurrect them as many times and keep swinging your sword. So that's basically how I feel. I'm hoping that he gets some buffs or reworks in the future. That'd be great for him. And overall, that's how I feel about him. And if you guys have different opinions, please comment down below and we can have a discussion. Overall, that's how I feel. And yeah, that's pretty much the ultimate guide. I pretty much explained how I usually use this guy. If you feel like there's something that you disagree with and how he should be played, and tell me in the comment section. Comment down below, like, comment, and subscribe. You definitely should. So that's gonna do much for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate the love and support, and I will catch you guys on the next one. And as always, stay groovy.